The Springtide Advent is making a reappearance as the 8th challenge, and in this one its only added difficulty is the addition of 1 extra portal, so a total of 3 portals where enemies are coming at you from. In this video I'm going to be explaining my turret positioning and why I'm building it, what I'm building, and how I'm going to counteract some of the stuff that's happening in this run. So with that all being said, let's get into the Springtide Advent. And starting us off here, we're going to see that the first enemy that we're encountering is, as always, a Hilichurl. And honestly, as always, I'm going to be starting off with cryo turrets. So that's pretty much something that I'll always be doing. The first round, I'll always be putting up a few cryo turrets with a charity near it. Or if it's not a charity, I'll be putting a Hydra turret. But in this case, I'll be putting a charity. I'm going to be putting that on 2 of the portal entrances because the 3rd portal actually funnels into the 1st portal. So I don't really need to put a turret on every portal there. So I can min-max it a bit and kind of funnel it into 1. But I do put that double cryo charity on at the start of 2 of the portals, and then move on to putting 2 pyros right next to my portal as a bit of a safety measure. Jumping into the Wondrous Sticks though, I start getting any pyro damage because, as always, I'm going to go for my pyro turret meteor build, meteor shower build, whatever you want to call it, where I solely rely on my pyro turrets to deal a maximum amount of damage. So I'm pretty much grabbing anything pyro attack speed, attack damage, elemental mastery, and then hopefully it appears soon, the meteor shower, which I think I get it in round 2 though.
Good things come to those.
And with round 1 completed, you guys probably noticed something that I don't actually usually do in these runs, and that's actually attacking the mobs myself. In this one, you pretty much have to do that for the strict reason of that the enemies move too fast because there's a lot of speed enemies in this one. And so I don't like doing it, but you have to because there's a lot of that. And so just attack the mobs, slow them down. You want to stagger them, any of the ones that you can, which is mainly the small ones. But that's that. Anyway, moving on to the Wondrous Sticks here, that's pretty much all I'm doing here, and just trying to get that Meteor Shower, which I do get in this round here. I actually get 2 of them, but I don't pick it. I also pick up a bit of Geo damage, but there's not actually any Geo characters in this one, so that's fine. But other than the Meteor Shower, now I'm just looking for any Pyro damage, Pyro Elemental Mastery, attack speed, anything really to boost that Pyro damage. With round 2 ending here, I am going to start putting down more pyro turrets just to get more damage on the board, but I also did put down 2 more charities, or I think it was 3 more charities, to cover more area and slow enemies down a lot more, because that is something that's going to be happening a lot in this whole kind of challenge. You'll be encountering a lot of fast enemies that your turrets just can't keep up with, and it's super frustrating. So do put down a few charities. If you don't put down a few charities, maybe some cryo turrets. Or you can try to use the banishments, even though the banishments are really bad in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Just try to slow enemies down in any way that you feel comfortable, but I'll personally be using the charities, expanding their range more, and also trying to get more slowdown on them. Other than that, I'm just picking up a few more pyro damage. And with round 3 completed, we're going to be moving on to the Wondrous Sticks here, trying to get as much pyro damage as possible because the next few enemies are super fast, really fast, like freakishly fast, Mark 10 speed really. And you kind of want to kill them before they even move. That's why I've got a lot of range on my pyro turrets and also a lot of damage. If you can get any extra slowdown, that actually is very useful as well. So more charities or more speed reduction on the charities through the Wondrous Sticks, that's also really good. But for now, just getting high damage so you can one-shot the enemies is also super helpful. I do also come to the realization that I didn't actually have 14 turrets, so I decided to place 2 banishments blocking off the main passageways that the enemies are coming from, in hopes that this is going to slow down the enemies in any way, because I do know that they are going to come at me super quick. Moving on to round 5 here, we've got a bunch of Ruin Hunters, so don't expect too much difficulty from this one if you've built for single target damage. If you've spread your damage over into AoE, then you might have a bit of a struggle here, but if you have done the Meteor Strike build or the Meteor Shower build, you should be fine. Other than that, continue to get pyro damage from the Wondrous Sticks here, just getting anything really attack speed. Movement speed reduction is always good because the Ruin Hunters do also travel at a really high speed, but if you have enough lives you can even just let them go through and you'll still be able to get it. And there you have it, guys. That's the 8th challenge, the Springtide Advent Part 2. For this one's quite frustrating. I did fail this one 3 times, all on the 4th round. That one's probably the most difficult, mainly because you have a lot of enemies in there, all fast-moving enemies. Biggest tip I can give is use a lot of speed reduction, so get a charity or 2 in there with one of the Wondrous Sticks that reduces the speed by even further, and then also get a few cryo turrets shooting enemies, slowing them down with that Wondrous Stick if you're lucky enough to get that one. In terms of damage, what you want to try to do is you can possibly do a bunch of Hydro Electro, but I do recommend the Pyro Meteor Shower, or you can try the Hydro Cryo combination with the Cryo Wondrous Stick to increase damage against frozen enemies, but that all there is a lot more single target focused, whilst the Pyro Meteor Shower is fairly AoE. Other than that, there's no other strong builds. That's pretty much everything I'd recommend you guys do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, and if you enjoy this guide type content, and if it was helpful, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.